Good evening, my fellow Americans. I stand before you here tonight to break some alarming news to you, our beloved U.S. citizens. During the past week, our incredible U-2 fighter planes had discovered the assembly of nuclear missiles on the Soviet-aligned island of Cuba. Thus, there certainly cannot be any other explanation for this inconceivable cornucopia of nuclear warfare other than an attack on our nation. Now knowing of this roundup of warfare in our backyard, I spoke with the Soviet leadership to gain more context into this. They assured me that this was merely to bolster Cuban defense mechanisms and that no harm could be made to the U.S. I believe I was lied to. In order to prevent any nuclear attack on this country, I have ordered the following precautionary measures. Number 1. A stringent hamper on any Soviet military equipment delivered to Cuba. Number 2. The removal of all Soviet warfare under United Nations watch. Number 3. Organize a planned United States military attack to counteract the missiles. I want to urge the USSR to end this arms race and obliterate what could be a nuclear war between the two of our countries. Although this is extremely startling, I can assure that our strong government will make the correct and precautionary actions to alleviate this time of despair. With that, I would now like to turn it over to our Department of Defense to go over exactly what precautionary measures you all should be taking.
Thank you, Mr. President. The missiles our president has just spoken about are ones to not take lightly. With the Soviet press of a launch button, the blast could reach all the way up to our financial capital of New York City, our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and primarily every southeastern entity within the United States. As you can see in the following models, the missiles have an extremely large extent, affecting a significant multitude of people. Although extremely destructive missiles, we could all be taking the precautionary procedures needed. For one, I am implementing the duck and cover system, in which at any point we give the order, everyone stops what they are doing and gets to the closest and safest place to cover themselves. For example, in a school, you should go under your desks. Here's the clip that will help you understand what you should be doing.
Dum dum, diddle dum dum, diddle dum dum, diddle dum dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and cover, ducked and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you, duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover.
This is an official civil defense film produced in cooperation with the Federal Civil Defense Administration and in consultation with the Safety Commission of the National Education Association.
This effort, amongst others, could keep our country protected in times of potential nuclear war. I urge all of you to comply with this system and attempt to show others the proper ways to practice it. One other preventative measure you could take is to construct your own bomb shelters within your home. Find the best place to build this shelter and, when told, reside in this excellent protection outlet. Begin to accumulate necessities such as food canisters. I would like to reassure everyone, if all of these precautionary measures are taken, you all will certainly have the proper protection against this crisis. With that, I would like to thank everyone for all of their hard work in this journey, and now we will turn the floor to the President.
American people, I tell you that this journey will be intense, dangerous, and unlike anything this country had ever seen before. We will see multiple threats to our nation, but it is up to you to take these measures our Department of Defense has ordered and prevent yourselves any danger. I believe we are a wholesome, devoted, and committed nation. We can protect ourselves against this Red Scare. If I could leave you with one thing, it is that we will stop at nothing to reign supreme in victory and defeat this crisis. I hope all of your anxieties and fears have been relieved from this message. I'm JFK, and I approve this message. Thank you, and good night.